everybody. Welcome back. It's Paula here with Paula's Imperfect Plans, back for another video. Happy Tuesday. Today is Transfer Tuesday. So if you are new to the channel, that is where we go through our the past week and any transfers we have been able to make toward our financial goals. So today's Tuesday. Friday was a payday for us, so we have a few more transfers than we sometimes do. We had rollover from the previous paycheck as we were closing everything out of $13.61, and then from our paycheck after everything was covered that needed to be covered and taken care of, the amount that went toward our financial goals after all of that was $439.81. And then I was able to donate plasma twice last week and get a $10 bonus for some reason on my first donation. So I cashed out $131 from plasma last week. So the total money that we have going towards transfers is $583.42. So let's hop on over to the goal spreadsheet. So here we are. My goals tracking spreadsheet is from Debt Free Jessie in her Etsy shop. So if you're interested, check that out. We're in week 6 of what we have as the 12-week year. And so we are, I'm going to jump first into the emergency fund because it is on top. And we are working on funding 3 months of expenses for our emergency fund, and we are currently in month 2. So with our paycheck this time, we put $90 towards that. So we had $570.73 of our month 2 expenses already saved. Adding 90 puts us at $660.73. Which is 22% funded for month 2, but the total 3-month emergency fund overall is now 41% funded. Now let's go down to travel. This is something that my husband and I are taking an anniversary trip in November, and the trip is all paid for. I am just saving up some spending money to take along. So with this paycheck, we put $25 towards that. We now have $131.61 saved. $369.39 of my anticipated $500 remaining, and then that is 26% funded. So then we come up to debt. That's the big guy. That's what we're working on. Our Wells Fargo. So both of these are balance transfers from our final debt, which was our HELOC loan. So these are both now down to 0% interest. The Wells Fargo is I put $365 per month toward it, and that is the minimum that I need to pay it off before interest would start accruing. So with this paycheck, I put $50 towards that. So we started out with a balance of $55.14.98. After the $50, we were at $54.64.98 and 25% on that particular goal. Then if we move up to our city, that has the remainder of the HELOC balance, and this one is the one that we are focusing on. It has to be paid sooner. The interest will start accruing sooner. So that is the one we were focusing on first. Going into this week, our balance was $2,386.42. So with this paycheck, okay, so first of all, we put the $13.61 in rollover toward it. Then with our paycheck, we put $274.81 towards it. And then I put the $130 in plasma on that as well. So that is a total of, in the last week, $418.42 that we put towards that debt, which has our balance now at $1,968. We've paid $24,571.98. That particular portion of the debt is 93% funded, but as a whole, this whole loan, which started out as 1, is now 78% paid off. So really exciting. 1968. I originally, when I was running numbers, thought I could have this paid off by the end of July, this city card. In reality, it will be sooner than that. As long as I'm able to continue donating plasma. So I had taken probably almost 2 months off because my iron, they do a finger prick every time you donate, but every, 6 weeks or 4 months, or I don't remember the number, they pull an iron sample from your vein when you go in to donate. And it's usually lower like in your arm than it would be in a finger prick. And so it was too low. And so then you have to wait so long before you can retest. And then I tested again and it was still too low. So I had to take it 3 times to get cleared to donate again. So it was like 2 months that I took off from that. I am now back into doing that when I'm able. Plan to do that every week to be able to pull in that extra 100 plus per week to put towards this. So that is where we are at with our financial goals. And I would love to hear about yours. What were your transfers for the week? Any good week, bad week? We know that some weeks, especially, I'm on the biweekly pay situation. So sometimes on those off weeks, I'm like, is it worth making a video because I have, $20 from a bill that was less than I thought it was going to be? Is it worth it? So I have those weeks as well. And the accountability of coming back here has really mattered. So I would love to hear about your transfers in the last week. And I'll see you guys next time.